Nice to see you.
You look great today. You should smile more.
Can I get your number?
Are you seeing anyone?
So you've got a boyfriend, but you can't have friends?
You got a nice ass. You're really looking sexy today, babe. What's underneath that skirt? Yo, bitch, I'm talking to you.
You're ugly anyway.
Who the fuck do you think you are? You fucking slag.
85% of younger women in the UK have been sexually harassed in public places. I'm not surprised, to be honest. Like, it happens a lot. I've seen it happen. It's horrible.
That doesn't actually surprise me, given what you hear on nights out and things. 77% of women surveyed said that they experienced verbal sexual harassment. Only 11% of women said anyone had intervened when they were harassed, though 81% said they wished someone had. Which is, I guess people just sort of need to step up and if they see something happening, act on it.
Again, I see it all the time on the street, men just catcalling women, calling them bad names, it's disgusting. 31% felt anxious or depressed. I can understand situations like that do put people in a really dark spot in their lives, and when you feel very anxious to talk about it, then it's only just going to drag you down even more.
23% changed their route or regular routine. That actually happened to a flatmate of ours, who just felt that going home the same way each day was no longer a safe routine, and that they had to mix it up so that it just didn't become a pattern and they felt safer that way.
To me, it just seems like a nice defense mechanism for people to kind of get away from it, and so to avoid that kind of that BS. So it's actually quite good. 78% said that catcalling made them feel unsafe when walking alone in public. Yeah, it will make anyone feel unsafe, even men. If a man got catcalled, not by a woman, but if someone was to shout out a man, you wouldn't feel safe.
Which really just goes to show that it's not wanted. No one really wants to hear that out in public.
What has been your experience of catcalling?
My experience of catcalling, I mean, this has been like a long one. I think it's something I've been growing up with since I was about 13, 14. I think the worst that happened to me when I was young, I was walking out of a train station and this elderly gentleman walked by and told me what great tits I had.
Right, so walking home previously, there's always people on the street and men are always talking to women really rudely, as in if they were to catcall you, they'll talk to you like you're an object, and it ain't nice. So that's like an experience that I would come on a day-to-day basis.
When I was younger, I had a lot of experiences when I was wearing my school uniform, and for some reason builders would always be very intrigued, let's say, when it comes to girls wearing school uniform, especially the younger girls. So anytime that I would walk past a building site, hands down, I would get catcalled. And this is me as like a 12-year-old girl, 11, and I looked young when I was 11 as well.
How has your catcalling experiences affected you as a person?
I think they've made me a bit more callous in a way. Less likely if anyone, like a man approaches me on the street, I'm less likely to be nice. No interest in really engaging in any conversation because you just assume it's going to be like the last times that someone was speaking to you in a derogatory manner or saying overtly sexual things.
Making me feel not valued as much as I should be, because when people talk to you, they speak to you in a very negative way. So if you were to not respond back to their catcall nicely, they would just degrade you by calling you ugly or saying you're not worth it or stuff like that. So that's something that would hurt someone's feelings and would hurt mine.
It's made me more self-aware. I'm pretty strong-minded, maybe because of that, but definitely more self-aware. When I go out, don't really have time for men that come up to me. Nowadays, if a guy does try and catcall me, it's usually like sleazy old men. I'll probably shout something back and then we'll stick my middle finger up. So almost giving me some more self-confidence in a weird way, like in a backwards way, but for the wrong reasons, I guess.
How often do you get catcalled?
say it's definitely at least once a week. Yeah, at least once a week if I'm walking, you know, I leave the house on a daily basis. It can just be any time.
On a day-to-day basis, walking through London, I would say every other day, depending on what area I'm in and how many people are out on the streets. So previously I've experienced in areas where there's not that much going on, so there's not that many businesses and stuff, and people are just hanging around the area, around the blocks, they'll be more likely to get catcalled. So, but if I don't go to them kind of areas, then it's alright. We don't really get that on a day-to-day basis.
I'd say at least once a week, for sure. And if I'm going out, it's not even catcalling, it's like full-on groping, because they think it's okay.